My project involves using an Arduino Uno board, a breadboard, and a GPS module that is an antenna used to receive satellite signals from navigation satellites, very similar to Garmin's or OnStar systems that you would find in new vehicles. It's all of the GPS units that are out there. This is it. This is the antenna that does it all. The rest is just related to programming and how you strip the information or the data, you mine the data coming away from the satellites. The satellites provide you, once you have a lock with their signal, can provide you with multitudes of information, everything from latitude and longitude to the number of satellites that you're actually tracking, to which particular satellites you're tracking, and the date, time that information is collected. What we're mostly interested in, is to keep it simple, is just finding a location and latitude. So I was really interested in just 2 strings of data that was coming from the satellite. Now, to hook up the board itself, of course, it plugs back into my laptop using a USB cable that I bought with the Uno board, and I hook up using 2 data wires at digital pin 0 and digital pin 1, which corresponds back to pins 1 and 2 on the GPS module. Those are the data pins. And 2 additional wires, which are the power and the ground. These particular models are using 5 volts, which makes them really, really handy for the Arduino application. Those hook back in, and I used a breadboard to tie it together instead of soldering. Arduino does have shields designed to hold the chip itself and then attach itself to the board, but for this application I'm not looking to carry this thing around in my pocket with a 9-volt source out in the woods or anything. I just wanted to be able to make one that would hook into my laptop. So I've got everything hooked in, 4 wires, 1 GPS module, and that's all the hardware requirements that are needed. Then it's a matter of taking the Arduino script and uploading it through into the board. Now, the trick involved was that apparently, for whatever reason, if you have the data wires hooked in when you upload, it won't properly upload. You keep getting an error. So simply, when you go to compile and upload your program, you have to unplug these wires until it's completed and the upload is complete. Then once you hook it in, hook them back in, open up your COM port, which I don't think you're going to be able to see as well, but I do have nice screenshots on the blog for this site. Poke the button here a couple times, refresh. Now I'm inside a building, that's why I have to hit the reset button to keep it looking for the satellites. When I'm outdoors doing tracking or logging my position, the screen just scrolls with the information because I'm getting a better, more constant signal. It looks like that I am only doing 4 satellites in here, which isn't bad for inside of a building. Now, when I tried this in North Hall, all the brick and wires and networking cables and 2 or 3 floors above my head just totally blocked the signal. It did nothing. It couldn't acquire any satellites. But anywhere else in my car driving around, it was just a constant stream feed of my location changing as I moved. So that's all there is to it. Now, I do have some information on the blog concerning what these sentences mean, whether it's SV or SA. There's different meanings for those, and the string of data coming through is comma separated, delimited, and it will, each one of these numbers and letters correspond to a piece of information that's coming in.